Hello everyone, I, as always, am Chaos in the Sky, and welcome back to more of the Anime Villainous Tournament Arc 2025. Last time we saw Chonk versus Egg, where Egg came out the victor, and today we're going to be going to the opposite side of the bracket to see Codokay versus ButTeRkiNG. Codokay has been a long-time member of the community, played a lot in, I believe, last year's tournament arc, was in qualifiers and in the top 16, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and also plays a lot of the other tournaments we hold in the server and whatnot. And ButTeRkiNG, as we know, has been in the top 4 last year. I think he was a runner-up. He was second place last year, Butter. And the year before that was in the top 4, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he was in the first tournament arc. And, as we know, is also our QA lead. So, two very skilled players here. Promises to be a great match. Let's get right on into it. All right, here we go with the second game of round 1 of Tournament Arc 2025. We have Codokay, whose name in TTS and Steam and all is Thiefet. That's Codokay. And then we have ButTeRkiNG, except like actually capitalized properly. And it looks like Codokay is going to win the dice roll, so Codokay will be going first, which means that Codokay gets to ban first. Did you see how weak that roll was? That was the most piddly roll I've ever seen. I don't know which one of them rolled it, but that was a piddly roll. Work on your roll game. But yeah, this promises to be very good. Butter is our QA lead, very skilled with the game. Codokay was in Tournament Arc last year, I believe, and has been playing a lot in those casual tournaments and whatnot that we have throughout the year. We're going to see Codokay ban Croc, because Butter is a well-known, very skilled Croc player, and we're going to see Butter ban Cell because he does not like playing as his own villain or playing against his own villain. And it's going to be Orochi versus Griffith, and I believe Butter did random that, by the way, because Butter, he loves to random. He'll usually random at least the first 2 games. If he gets to a game 3, he normally picks. But we're going to be seeing Butter's Griffith against Codokay's, I believe that was Orochi, right? Yes, Orochi. So another Orochi game right out the gate. I didn't realize we had that many Orochi players. Well, I knew that Codokay played Orochi. I didn't realize that Chonk played Orochi. This is going to be very interesting. Griffith doesn't really mind going second a lot of the time. His Fate deck has the potential to whiff, to pull, like, Camaraderie plus the ally discarding card and whatnot, so he can get lucky with that. And even if he doesn't, it puts him in a good position if he has a challenge in his hand, assuming he doesn't get hit with Demise of a Dream, to be able to go to one of his 2 Fate locations, play out a challenge turn 1 in Fate. So going second for Griffith, not the worst in the world. All villains prefer going first. We're going to see Butter do a reshuffle here as well. He used his mulligan, didn't love his hand. But all villains prefer going first, more or less, but Griffith is one of the villains that doesn't mind going second quite as much. We're going to see Codokay go straight to Forced to Death. Probably has a hand, a hand worth discarding. Killing Intent, Shedskin, Kunai, not great starting cards. And lo and behold, right there's that whiff that I was talking about. This is ideal scenario for Griffith, even better if he has an immediate challenge to play at Battlefield. He's going to be going to Battlefield whether he has the challenge or not. And he's going to play Abandoned, which means he will not be doing any early game clashing. This is not the best challenge for Griffith to see out the gate, because now he's already going to be at... Oh, and then a whiff! Was that a double recovery? Double whiffs back and forth. That is crazy. And they spent the same amount of time on their turns. What's going on? Codokay is going to take this opportunity to go to Odagakari and try and get some Fate pressure. Early Casca, especially with Abandon out, that's just going to keep Battlefield locked down for most of the game now. So Butter is going to want a hard focus. I'm surprised he's not going to Temple or Tower of Rebirth here, but he does also want to try and cover Tanzaku or Forest of Death. Wow, and another no hero fate on Orochi. That is quite unlucky for Butter. It's a pretty low chance for that to happen. And it looks like Codokay's hand wasn't great, so just got rid of Demon immediately. Casca into Guts. Wow, yeah, it's going to be Guts on Tower. Definitely looking a bit in Codokay's favor out the gate here, but if Butter can get some well-timed challenge plays, there's Guilty, which he needs 5 power to get rid of. That's a challenge that you normally just live with for most of the game. Interesting to see Codokay go straight back to Oto for another Fate here. Rescuing the Marsh, really? Yeah, I'd probably throw an early Camaraderie on Guts or Casca. I feel like I probably would have picked Casca over Guts. Oh no, choosing to do the Rescued instead, maybe? Really thinking about it? Orochi does like not being fated, to be fair, but this does let Griffith go right back to Mercenary Camp to get some power and maybe play another challenge. We're going to see a Vivid Nightmare to gain too. Oh, is he going to get rid of Guilty immediately? No, he's going to play Alone. Yeah, so that saved Orochi from getting fated, more than likely, but it also gave Griffith a good turn to get another thing out. He forgot to put his strength down for that, whatchamacallit there. He literally heard me say that. He's listening in. Looks like Codokay is getting a pretty unfortunate Orochi villain deck shuffle. Well, did get Manda, though. Getting Manda kind of immediately makes up for it. But a severe lack of allies thus far, but it's going fine thanks to those whiffed fates. Yes, is going to be a Demise. Nah, it's going to lose Slan, probably. Honestly, there's an argument for getting rid of Void here, because this is going to be Void into a challenge. What Butter has to do here, and I think he's going to realize it, we'll see if he does play a challenge with Void here or not, and it looks like he will. I'm surprised he's putting Void at Battlefield instead of Tower, since Casca is, you know, Casca. Probably planning for a later hero that he wants to easy kill with a Vanquish. And it is going to be that he's going to play out Betrayed because he can actually get rid of Betrayed this turn by discarding his Demon Hordes. Losing the Demon Hordes there is unfortunate because there were two of them, I think. Very easy plays. He wants to get allies out quick, especially because he has to get rid of Alone. He is finally going to get a good fate, and he's going to cover Forest of Death with Tsunade. Yeah, it's good to slow down the fate pressure that he's going through right now. Honestly, I think there was an argument for maybe covering Tanzaku here and just tanking the fates as he tries to get the last challenge. He just has to draw Tempted or, I don't remember what the last one is. It's the one where you need 4 allies at each location. He does not want to play that one because it would stop him from getting into Showdown quickly. He really, really wants to draw Tempted and get it out ASAP. We're going to see Codokay finally get a very strong ally hand. Throw out Jirobo, Kitamaru. That is the wrong person to move. Oh, he's going to sword. That's weird. I wonder why Kodo did that instead of doing the Jirobo move to kill Tsunade. I guess to keep this covered, but I would have rather kept sword. He got tempted immediately, Butter did. That's very, very good for Butter. So he does not have the challenge that stops his villain ability, and he's going to be able to get into his Femto form insanely quick. This poor ordering of early fates against Butter has turned out in his favor incredibly with the challenge draws. Getting every challenge he needed early like this is insane. We're going to see Pippin thrown down at Marsh just to take away that power and that discard. Codokay really does not want Butter to get good hand momentum going right now. That is going to let him get into Femto. Butter only has one more challenge coming out. He has it in his hand. This is crazy good for Griffith. This Griffith ordering has been insane. We're going to see Jiraiya thrown down at Forest of Death because what Butter really wants to do right now is just to limit fading as much as possible. He shouldn't have that card in his hand. He's tempted. He's tempted. Yeah, there we go. But what Butter really wants more than anything right now is just he's going to copy Pippin and hold it in his hand to remind him not to draw more cards than he should as long as Tempted is out. What Butter really wants right now is to slow down the amount of fates that he gets hit with so that he can focus on getting the challenges out and then building up his class strength very fast. We're going to see Codokay get out Kimi, get out 4 Violet Barrier, and weaken down Jiraiya so that he's in range to die to Kimi. So this is going to be a really interesting rush because with this body mod, Codokay basically guarantees getting Sealed Coffin, or at least getting really close to it, and Codokay will most certainly have, as long as she doesn't end up getting rid of Manda for some reason anytime soon, will have the strength necessary to pull out Sasuke and play him to probably Konoha. So this is going to be a major rush between Butter trying to get rid of these challenges and chug back up to high strength to get rid of Casca and blow away any other heroes that show up, and Codokay trying to rush down Sasuke as fast as possible. Ooh, a brand turn from Butter here. We're going to see him throw out Kakashi. It's a very unfortunate time for Kakashi to hit. Covers up Tanzaku, though. We're going to see the Jiraiya kill and then move Kimi into position to kill Kakashi, presumably. This has been a strong Orochi game. I honestly probably would still sort of favor Orochi here a little bit. Ooh, Corcus and Jado together is a little unfortunate. Would have been better to get them back to back. Indeed. But the Orochi, if Codokay plays it well and gets good hand signs, especially on the reshuffle, Codokay could very quickly rush down Sasuke's strength, assuming Butter doesn't get some good recovery missions or Gaara pulls to undo that. I think what Butter is really going to want to be doing here is covering Tanzaku a lot. My castle is very good. And Sasuke and Shuriken is very unlucky. Force her to use Kitamaro here. Potentially. I keep wanting to say him because Codokay is playing as Orochimaru. Oh, actually going to do the Sasuke pull. Pretty good because, whatchamacallit had happened. Codokay had set up a lot of, whatever it is I'm thinking of. Had set up a lot with body mods, and so Butter decided that it was better to just get rid of that. We're going to see the My Castle trigger for 1, which is going to get Casca down 1. Definitely the most annoying to deal with. Butter wants to be able to clash Casca very quickly. Alright, Codokay did make sure to draw Sealed Coffin before Sasuke could hit. That would have been catastrophic for Codokay otherwise. Ah, we're going to see the Forbidden Experiments play to get Sasuke out quickly. I accidentally clicked my mouse. Sorry about that. That happens a lot. And then Sakon and Ukon are out as well and at Sasuke's location. This is not looking great for Butter. Yeah, covering that last location. Right now, Griffith cannot kill Gaston because of Guilty and Abandon. Butter has really got to make some progress quickly here, mostly at getting these challenges in his discard so that he can start drawing them again. Going to see a Conrad play. He's trying to get rid of Abandon right now so that he can start clashing again. Yeah, I would really favor... Codokay should lose that 1 power there. Yep, there it goes. But then can gain 2 and do a free 4 Violet onto Sasuke. Codokay can really rush this down. Very stacked territory. Butter does not have a good way to do... Oh, I'm going to put the Camaraderie on Pippin. Yeah, that's fair enough. Butter is definitely on the back foot here. Despite how well the challenge ordering went for Griffith, those early Casca and Guts Fates words... I've recorded and talked a lot today. Those really put Butter on the back foot to a big degree, and it's going to make it very difficult for him. We're going to see Vivid Nightmares. He is going to choose to gain power instead of shuffle back in challenges. Gaara here is probably what you want. Really? Sarutobi? Yeah, I was about to say, you really want to put in Gaara, throw Kimi away from Gaara, and then throw... So yeah, that's very damaging. Very damaging. Codokay can fix this with some Sakon Ukon work, though, unfortunately for Butter, because this is a very set-up Sasuke. This is still going to be a pretty strong Konoha turn. In fact, I think that Codokay can get it all right back into place immediately if they realize the play. Yeah, we're going to see a swap with Sakon and Ukon, and then the Gaara kill. And then the real question is if they just want to move Sasuke onto Tanzaku. And it looks like they are going to move Sasuke onto Tanzaku. Honestly, I think that's probably for the best right here. I really don't like putting Sasuke at Tanzaku, but it sets up being able to just get him out at the Oto Fate, so it'll work out. Butter is going to head over to Tower of Rebirth and discard and get rid of Tempted because he really just needs... He needs to not only be drawing more cards because Tempted is a nightmare. He also just needs to get through these challenges. His only real hope here is to get through these challenges quickly, get into his reshuffle, and then get his clash strength back up very fast. He needs to be able to weaken Pippin a bit and clash with Pippin, and then start punching like Jado and Gaston and etc. We do see a Curse Seal onto Sasuke, followed by a lot of schemes. Those substitution jutsus will do a lot of pain once Butter is able to actually clash. And there's Corcus on Pippin, Jado, and the Camaraderie on Pippin. I couldn't think of what this card was called. So it is definitely not looking good for Butter. He's gonna need something pretty insane to be able to catch up from here because this is a nightmare situation. A buffed Pippin protected by Jado protecting Corcus. That's like the worst thing imaginable. And Codokay is just going to be able to keep hammering some more fates because there's no reason not to go to Oto here and give Sasuke a -1 at the cost of 1 power. Honestly, with the lead like this, I would probably give up Kimi and Kido here. Oh, yeah, doing the switch with Jirobo I mentioned earlier, too, is even better. Did Kodo Kodo choose... Okay, yeah, I was about to say, moved with Jirobo, surely. And then the Kimi kill, discarding the cards to keep Kimi in play, and then we're going to see a Rickert to take away that 1 power and make it, like, impossible to use the top 8 of Battlefield. Yeah, this is a nightmare scenario for Butter. That double Whiff Fate on the first 2 fates on Orochi, plus getting Casca and Guts on the 2nd and 3rd fate were just insanely killer for Butter. Very difficult to recover from. We're seeing him use Demonic Visitation to try and get through his deck. He needs to reshuffle the other 4 challenges so that he can start discarding them either for vanquishes or to get power. Or not power, to get strength to clash. I think we're about to see a Summon Rashomon turn to really speed this up potentially. Killing Intent, lose 1, gain 1. Into Yuya there, and then I assume Rashomon. Oh, Poison Kunai. Gives him another -1. And Shedskin. Didn't have the Rashomon. But it is, going to move Jirobo back into position. Yeah, this has been a very strong Orochi game. And a not great, Griffith game, unfortunately. The timing for Griffith here has been, very bad. Those early fates, even though the really good challenge timing came in, those early fates and then, like, getting such weak fates against Orochi in the early bit has just really, really put Butter insanely on the back foot. And it is hard to claw out of it. This Pippin Jado Corcus thing, this is like the thing that Griffith's nightmares are made of. These 3 all linking up together is horrifying. Codokay is really thinking about this turn. Does have 5 cards in hand thanks to Reincarn. Maybe trying to think if they can do a crazy turn. Honestly, if I were them, I would probably just be going to Oto, weakening Sarutobi with 4 Violet and getting ready to kill him. Gonna go over to Forest instead. Oh, setting up another Kunai, and then the activate to Yuya Kimi switch into the Sarutobi kill, I assume is what we're expecting. Oh, maybe not. Second thinking it. What is Codokay gonna do here? Is gonna end up going to Oto. We just gonna weaken Sarutobi down 1, or are we gonna go ahead and do the Sakon Ukon flip? Honestly, from this position, doing the flip wouldn't do a lot because you're not gonna have a Vanquish next turn without doing a Yuya activate. Back to the Forest of Death turn. Really using the clock. Understandable. Plenty of time. This game is not going to get even down to 15 minutes, I think. Had Summon Rashomon, so that'll hit Sarutobi first, and then Sasuke will lose 2 from the Curse Seal and the Rashomon. Then we're going to see another Fate. Rescued doesn't really matter here. Probably just throw a Camaraderie on Guts or Corcus or Jado. Probably Jado, honestly. Casca's also fair. Straight up, I would have thrown it on Jado at this point. The Corcus, Pippin, Jado all at 1 location thing, we encountered this during testing, and there were even times during testing we were worried about this being a problem, but it isn't impossible to get out of and to, like, win against, but it is, like, really damaging. Very difficult to deal with. Alright, Recovery Mission on Sasuke will buy Butter a little bit of time. It stops the Sakon Ukon activate into the Sarutobi kill, but it's very easy for Codokay to go and just go to Tanzaku, take the turn to get some power, and move Kimi into position. And if Codokay has a Forbidden Experiments even, could do the kill through to Yuya plus Kimi this turn, which would go pretty hard. Playing Kabuto for 3? Yeah, getting Kabuto out there over at Sarutobi so that Kabuto can do the kill for Saru, maybe, if needed. Honestly, more important to just have Kabuto there to ensure getting the snake. I'm going to do a body mods. Okay, interesting. Playing out 3 cards to make sure that Sasuke gets the -1. I imagine that what Codokay might be wanting to do here is just not worry about trying to get the kunai kills with Kimi because she's so close to victory anyway, and instead has Kabuto there to just get rid of Sarutobi and get him out of the way before a recovery mission or a Gaara or something happens. and then using body mods to ensure drawing into... nope, still going to do the Kimi move. Never mind. I think that this is the better move in the long run because it'll put Sasuke at 0. But I could have seen a world of just letting Kimi sit there and then getting the kill with Kabuto to get Sarutobi out of the way. Gonna see Butter use a Ceaseless Torture to ensure that he can do either a strength gain or a vanquish, and I imagine it's going to be a strength gain, and indeed it is. And there's Gaara. That's going to be a painful Gaara. Probably going to put Kimi right back with Manda. Yep. And then honestly, you don't really want to move... I probably wouldn't have moved Saru here because now it's just a Konoha turn. Konoha activate to move Kimi and then vanquish. Activate Sakon and Ukon to flip with Jirobo. Probably take Gaara with Jirobo, to be honest, to put him at Manda for the easy Manda snipe. It's almost like Codokay can hear me talking. Now you just get the kill with Kimi, which will get Sasuke to 0. And now it's just if Codokay has... Oh, losing... Interesting. Might not have Snake in hand. Very interesting. Oh, moving Sasuke out with the move action. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Because now Codokay can go here and activate to grab back Sword or Snake. With Sasuke's current positioning... Well, actually, no, doesn't have to worry about Jirobo's positioning, or Sasuke's positioning because of Jirobo. We're going to see Butter go over here and gain 2, and I didn't see exactly what he did with his play. I don't think he played anything. He might not have had power. Butter might realize that it's like game over, to be fair. Doing an activate Kabuto grab, just took out something from the deck, so it was almost certainly White Snake. Probably just Sanity Void. Demise is also fine. I'd just get rid of Brand. I mean, Eclipse is also good. I'd just get rid of Brand. Just, like, absolutely minimize getting faded. I mean, Orochi has this game in the bag. There's no way Griffith is coming back from this. This is a, this is what we would call a slaughter. Those early fates went quite well in Orochi's favor, and Codokay took very quick advantage of that to slam Griffith with fates, and Griffith couldn't get rid of the challenges fast enough, even though Butter had been able to play them quickly. Honestly, probably the best fate he could get here, but it's not going to do much. Codokay might have game at Konoha, apparently doesn't. Codokay would have needed a Forbidden Experiments with specifically the dog hand seal, so it wouldn't match Sword or Snake. And then to be able to have 2 other cards with matching hand seals to get Sword back, and Codokay could have won at Konoha this turn. But I imagine that isn't Codokay's hand. Just kill Void. And kill Ubik, I guess. It really doesn't matter who you kill. This is a very it's over game. Of course we play them out, though. It's a tournament game. Gotta play them out. I'm going to say something a little radical here, because you should almost never do what I'm about to say. But in the position Codokay was in with Sword of Kusanagi and a Forbidden Experiments in hand, I would have probably dropped... Oh my goodness, Codokay could have gotten the win that turn. Oh, Codokay is still going to get the win this turn. Wait, no, not. Unless I missed something, Codokay could have won this turn. Because they had the dog Forbidden Experiments. They could have gone to Konoha. They could have played... they could have activated Kabuto with those other 2 dog hand signs. Gotten the sword. Had 2 power. Would have played the sword. Then played the dog hand seal to gain 1. Then played thing. Which is what they're going to basically do right here. Maybe I might be miscounting. I might be miscounting something. Maybe Codokay couldn't have done it last turn. But I might have been off by 1 or something. Totally possible. But it didn't really matter because this game was, oh boy. There was no hope with this one for Butter, unfortunately. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. A couple of good fates on Orochi's end that let Orochi really take off at the start, and Casca and Guts basically back to back on the 2nd and 3rd fate, were insanely damaging. It's very hard to come back from that, even though Butter had a really good order on drawing all of those whatever I'm thinking of. Drawing all of those challenges. We're going to see Butter ban Cell again immediately. And Codokay is going to ban Light. Interesting. I don't think Butter plays much Light. Maybe Codokay is thinking about who they're going to pick here because Butter's going to be able to counter and knows that Light is a good counter into them. Ooh, Isabella. Isabella is a rough one. Very rough one. And we're going to see Butter actually not random because, presumably because if he loses this one, he loses, so he doesn't want to random into a villain that he's not very familiar with. He's familiar with all of them, but you know what I mean. Of course, everyone's better with some villains than others. We're going to see him pick Sebastian. So we have a human resources matchup here. I'm interested in how this will go. I feel like Isabella has a bit of an edge here because Isabella, with Crone and True Colors and Harvest, is very good at uncovering her top fate when she wants to. And Sebastian loves to fate lock an opponent. We're going to see Codokay take that mulligan immediately. Didn't like that starting hand. But Sebastian loves to fate lock his opponents. Ooh, horrible starting hand for Butter, just discarding everything. Didn't even have a Delicious Soul to use. And then gonna get Connie out the gate, which is pretty nice. Gonna be able to assure not getting... He's not gonna use Connie's ability? Interesting. Connie's played a move by an opponent. They may move Isabella. Interesting. Ah, there it is. Immediate True Colors. So we're gonna see back-to-back fates on Sebastian here, basically guaranteed. Ronald and Cinematic, that's a pretty good thing to see for Butter, to see a Ronald that doesn't move you to your bottom fate immediately, and also Cinematic gone. I'm really interested in why Butter didn't move Isabella. We're going to see Butter just go and get rid of Ronald immediately at Houndsworth, play a Silverware to get to 4 strength, and then punch him. And then, of course, True Colors is going to go off over here. That's not how True Colors work. You keep that ability, you keep that card in play until you don't clash on a move. Can't do that. You don't have that ability. Judge. We'll see if Lark notices that card is not allowed to be scheduled, because unless I know, that wasn't a they know play, was it? I don't think it was. Well, we'll just hope that illegal play doesn't ruin anything. Flawless Butler from Butter so that he can get a free play on I'll Do It Myself and get Ciel over to Joker. And then just some more discarding. Maybe this was a they know play and I just didn't see that they know was used. Okay, now True Colors is gone. They know into a 4-turn? No, I think that might have just been an illegal play. You know, we'll run back the footage. We'll see later. Honestly, probably Soul Starved here. It's pretty annoying. Could also just cover Central London. Yeah, covering Central London is always a strong play to make it where Sebastian can't make use of his stuff there. Butter's going to go there anyway, get rid of Flawless Butler, discard some cards. Go for a Fate. Emma onto the top Fate is pretty good. Very good to pull Emma. One of the stronger heroes, and this at least means that Emma will not get, whatever it is I'm thinking of. Will not get hit by the card, Demon List. Codokay is going to head over to the date, and there is Demon List as we speak, and Codokay is going to immediately use it, discarding the other mom as an enemy, which is very good for Codokay. Throw Dawn over there, and then immediately hit a bedtime while it's night to put Dawn to 0 instantly. Butter heading over to the funeral parlor. A lot more discarding. He got his morning tea out. And his pocket watch. Okay, setting up his items. Still hasn't gotten Ring or a well-timed Delicious Soul, which is less than ideal. We're going to see a daily report from Isabella to get 3 power thanks to Grandmother Sarah. They know. I can hear my dog barking downstairs. It's my sister's dog specifically. My dog doesn't really bark. Angela here is very painful. And yeah, Codokay really just wants to cover up that top fate to ensure that Butter can't get any momentum for a while. Butter really needs to get, like, Demonic and some... He needs to get Phantom Hive Ring, of course, most of all. But what Butter really wants right now is to be getting some, He wants to get, whatever it is I'm thinking of. He wants to get some Yes, My Lords and Demonic going to clear up this territory fast so that he can get back control. The main thing that Butter is going to be looking for here is to get his ring out, get his setup going, and then... Oh, getting rid of Yes, My Lord. Interesting. Double Prison Break. Well, he can uncover Codokay's top fate to have Emma heal up Dawn. And that is what he's going to do. Kind of has to in this position with a fate like this to set Isabella back. Because what I think... I play a lot of Sebastian, so I can theory craft really well with Sebastian. I don't play a lot of this. I sure hope that Harvest wasn't an illegal play, because getting to kill Emma there is a pretty big deal. Gonna move Dawn over a little bit closer, and then throw down a scheduled card for 1. It's probably the card that will weaken Dawn when it triggers during day, if I had to guess. Multi-fate to play out William, because Codokay had set that up. But what Butter really wants to do here is he wants to get his ring out, he wants to get Yes, My Lords and Demonic, and clear out all of these heroes, because if he can get very strong hero control... I don't really agree with that play, because now he can just Morning Tea CL wherever. I mean, I guess now he has to do the Morning Tea instead of going there and punching Joker immediately or something, but whatever. Or being able to punch Angela with a whatchamacallit, silverware. Butter deciding what he wants to do here. But yeah, Butter really wants to clean out these heroes so that he can get strong fate pressure in the mid to late game when Isabella is trying to get the second kid, because it's going to be very hard for Butter to contest Isabella getting the Dawn here. Using Delicious Soul, presumably to grab the ring that he's been struggling to find all game. And he is just going to move Cell to Central London. That sets the Grell clash, which is very important for him. We are going to see the -3 on Dawn, or the -2 on Dawn, and he already had a -1, so he's back to 0 again. Throwing out a premium farm just to get some power, and then going into a fate. It's going to be a multi for Cinematic to play Ronald, which is going to be very unfortunate for Butter, because it's probably going to put him at Central London again. Yeah. Gives Isabella a lot of wiggle room here on this coming turn. Gain 3 and spend 3 to just get the ring down. Playing it to where CL is, which means it's not immediately usable, but this is where you want the ring to be. He wants to move out CL as soon as he can. And we're going to see Isabella continue to make use of the middle 2 fate locations, not worrying too much about the lack of power at the moment, and just crawling Dawn over. There's no Emma or Mom, or is an enemy coming up to get Dawn's strength back. So Codokay really doesn't have to worry about that. Do it again here? I don't know what I would move. Phantom Hive there. If you're moving Phantom Hive there, I'd put CL there too. Put them both at Funeral Parlor. That might be the best play, to be honest. I don't know about that. That's also not bad. I think that CL would have maybe done more. Well, then if they're both at Funeral Parlor, it's an easy fix to move the Phantom Hive ring back, I guess. But yeah, I was about to say, turns off the Pocket Watch, because now fixing CL gets the Pocket Watch pull, and this is a good position for Pocket Watch. No matter what, this is a bad situation for Butter. The fates have not been kind to him today. It's Ray. We're going to see Ray thrown at Gracefield, mostly to get his ability to trigger to get rid of that Vita. Force Codokay to have to play it again later. And Codokay is going to get the bell. I think it's very likely we see Dawn die next turn with how this is going. Yeesh. Neither of these really do anything. Yeah, just throw one down for the sake of throwing one down. All of the cards that do stuff are already in play. Butter's going over to Houndsworth. Are we going to see a Demonic kill Angela and then Clash Joker? Indeed we are. Butter is going to clean out that top fate, which could hopefully start to get him some pressure back that he is desperately in need of. It is going to give Codokay that premium farm for some power. And I imagine we're probably going to see... Oh, this is Bell, not Radar. But do we have Radar here? I know, paying 1 power and using Bell to get It's Time to Go. And then doing harvest that way, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah. A little more roundabout than I was expecting, but that gets Dawn in the harvest pile. Now Codokay just needs to grab a 5 strength, or really wants to see Norman on the next pull, which means Butter wants to see, ooh, and Butter not pulling Norman here is very not good. And we are going to see him double stack. We know that True Colors is in the discard right now, so pretty safe to double stack this at the moment. Did Butter not clash Baron Kelvin? I think he might have forgotten to clash Baron Kelvin, which is unfortunate if true. Discarding all those cards. All 4 are in play. There's no point in looking, so it's just going to be a do it again, if anything. Honestly, they're kind of where you want them to be. Well, you know, actually, I would probably move both of them to the far left, because Butter is going to get to go to Houndsworth and move the ring to him and then gain 4 on his ring turn. So I probably would have sent CL and the ring to the far left here. Or maybe just sent CL and brought Morning Tea away from there. Yeah, I was about to... It almost looked like he was going to move CL. That would have been bad. So yeah, now Butter can do a big power gain here, which is very nice. Oh, not hitting Norman is killer here. I forgot Gilda was still in there. Gonna do a prison break and get rid of Bell and do a big reshuffle. That is gonna be pretty painful. Not hitting Norman there is killer, because now Codokay has the guaranteed... We are gonna see a Yes My Lord to kill here. Now Codokay will have the guaranteed Norman pull, because unless I'm missing when Norman was pulled earlier, this should be guaranteed Norman. I think Codokay is double checking. And that is going to be Norman. That is very unfortunate for Butter to have not hit Norman in either of those fates. The fate decks have really been against him today. Still, not all is lost. He doesn't have any tokens yet, but he's relatively set up. Although his items are a little not in the best positions. We're seeing Codokay schedule 2 cards here to get the Grandmother Sarah discount. We're going to see Butter gain 3 and then move CL over. He really wants to be able to punch Grell with CL's help. And then we're going to see a Prison Break and a Gilda. Very unfortunate to not get Mom as an enemy here. An instant Mom as an enemy would have gone very hard here for Butter. We are going to see Butter move Norman out of the way. It's about to be day, so these can't be bedtime. Also, killed Radar. That's a very good pull to hit that there. That is not where Prison Break goes. They'll probably realize. And then we're going to see another Yes My Lord to kill Grell. All right, Butter, he's bringing this back. He had a really rocky start, but he is bringing this back for sure. We're going to see playing Tag Trigger, which is going to put a -2 onto Ray. Thankfully, Norman avoided it. Then we're going to see It's Time to Go, and it's just going to be used to kill Ray, because if it had been used to kill Phil, it would have gotten rid of Crone. But that gets Ray out of here. Let's Codokay discard and gain 1. Yeah, I was about to say probably Madam Red and get Angela back on top, because I think Angela's in the discard pile, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe Angela's in the discard. Needs to shuffle that. It probably doesn't matter, because I doubt Codokay actually paid attention to the order, but that should have been shuffled, because Codokay could know the order right now. I'm going to see Butter go over here and throw down Mei Rin. And then just discard a bit and clash Madam Red. And he has almost got his territory back set up. And also Ronald is at Phantom Hive. I didn't clock that until now. But Butter could just leave Ronald there for most of the game now if he really wants to, for the sake of not having to deal with Ronald anymore. We're going to see a bedtime hit on Norman and Gilda here. That puts Gilda at 0 and Norman down to 2. Butter is going to get right back over to Central London. He's going to be able to punch Baron Kelvin here. And he will have cleared his territory outside of Ronald. Mom is an enemy, getting here just a little too late to discard Norman. A discard on Norman would have been very good here. But strengthening him back up a little bit at least is nice. Makes it harder for Codokay to get him to 0. And Butter has cleared his territory of everyone but Ronald. So I think what we'll probably expect to see from Butter here is Butter is going to want to try to not get the cleaning up token until late and just leave Ronald in play. We're going to see Codokay go back over to Grassy Field and doing It's Time to Go to get Gilda out of here with Sister Crone, and then move her back into position to kill Phil later. Discarding some cards out of here, and then going for a Fate. presumably. Indeed, indeed. Multi-fading Angela, because put Angela on top. This is going to let Codokay look at all these cards now. So not shuffling it earlier didn't matter at all because the Angelo play. Luckily. This is still going to be pretty rough for Butter. I don't think it's impossible for him to win this, but with no tokens yet, and with not much going on in Codokay's territory in terms of opposition other than just Phil sitting there, Butter is really going to have to start chunking down every hero that comes in and going quickly for tokens. I'm going to move into Pocket Watch, get Demonic back. So yeah, Butter is making sure that he always has strong fate pressure. Emma here is fantastic. Get Norman back to full strength, and also just have another 5 strengther on the board causing problems. There was also a world where Codokay could have paid 2 power with Demonless to try and get Emma to have 2 5-strengthers to work on at once. I don't know if there's another Mom as an enemy coming up, and I think Codokay might be checking, because with Norman at 0 or at full strength, Mom as an enemy hitting Norman would be very, very bad for Codokay right now. It would really put Codokay on the back foot. And Butter has got fate pressure to spare at the moment. But he also has no contract tokens. He really needs to get one in, like, the next turn or two. Which he's pretty well set up for Demonic Influence. He's got a good shot at getting Demonic Influence right now, even if Codokay throws out a Fate. Especially if he has Demonic Influence and Yes, My Lord in hand. But Butter did just go through a reshuffle, so there's no telling what his hand looks like. He might have a whole lot of nothing in his hand right now. You're going to see Codokay setting up some scheduled cards 2 turns away, not immediately getting the Grandmother Sarah bonus, which is interesting. Could see Codokay activate Demon List here just to try and discard Mom as an enemy. 3 turns on that, very intriguing. And then that's just going to be turn. Alright, setting some stuff up for the future. Butter is still going to go for a Fate here. Are we going to see Demonic Influence? Or Dark Influence, my bad. I'm mixing it up with the Demonic card. We are indeed. Mom is an enemy to kill Norman here is exactly what Butter needed. That is very good timing. The Fate deck has come back in his favor compared to earlier. That Mom is an enemy hitting Norman, and with Ray and Norman both being in the discard and Emma being in play, puts Codokay in a bit of a rough spot to get the 5-strength child that Codokay really wants here. We're going to see a daily report using Grandmother Sarah to gain 3. And then Grell is probably going to kill Mayrin here. I don't think it's possible to stop Dark Influence. Well, you can put... No, it's not possible to stop Dark Influence. If Butter has Yes, My Lord, it's super impossible. Even if Butter doesn't have Yes, My Lord, he could... Oh, well, now he has to have Demonic. I think he has Demonic in hand, though. Yeah, if Butter has Demonic or Yes, My Lord, he can still get this. Oh, no, wait, no. He'll be short if it's Demonic. So it would have to... I think it would have to be Yes, My Lord to get it now at this point. We're going to see him go over here. He's just going to give up on Dark Influence? Go for, yeah, get the kill with Demonic. Okay. He's not... So he can get CL over here, but he's not going to have... enough power, because now he can't use Phantom Hive Ring to get the extra move he needed. Insider's Knowledge and Prison Break. Yeah, probably take away 2 of that huge surplus of power and just mess up whatever that was going to be. Seems like a good call. Missing Dark Influence here is very unfortunate for Butter. He's going to want to get that one back quick because he's very well set up for it. It's the one he's best set up for right now because he doesn't want to kill Ronald right now because Ronald can't do anything unless Joker is played. There's only one card that can get Ronald back to doing things. Which, keeping that in mind, he might actually want to kill Ronald pretty soon. Plus, he'll obviously want to get cleaning up. We're going to see a Harvest to kill Emma. And then we're going to see the activate of the Demon List to hopefully get a 5-strengther. Mom as an enemy is a great discard to see here for Codokay. Really just wants to see anyone with 5 strength, not one of the 2 3-strengthers. It's 3 5-strengthers and 2. He's going to get Ray. She's going to get Ray, sorry. And that is going to be very good for Codokay. Are we going to see another schedule? I think the Codokay has another play card. Yeah, only 3 cards in hand. We're going to see another schedule here. We're going to see a play. Going to throw out Bell, get Bell going. And then going to get the Grandmother Sarah discount on these, although I think one of them is just going to whiff. Butter is once again going to get back over to just making sure to fade a lot. Are we going to see a... I was about to say Delicious Soul. I'd probably just take back Dark. Dark is the one you're most set up to do right now. Yeah. He really needs to get that Dark Influence. He needs to get Dark Influence, and then he needs to set up whatever his second token is going to be that isn't cleaning up. He's definitely going to want to finish on the cleaning up token. Well, he could get it second, but point is he needs something other than cleaning up. We're going to see a Ray move, which is going to shuffle back in a card. That's very good for Butter here. He's been getting really... On that first go with... we're going to see True Colors played here to be able to kill Phil and get into the small forest. On that first Fate with Dawn, there wasn't really much of anything Butter could do. The Fate deck was kind of against him. This second... The second one that Codokay is trying to get here has gone very in Butter's favor, conversely, because the Fates have been working out great. We're going to see in its time to go so that Codokay can just get Ray right back over to Gracefield House, best place to weaken him. We're going to see a Fate. It's going to be William, probably just going to throw him on the top Fate and move CL out of position, get CL away from Pocket Watch. It's probably going to be Phantom Hive, yeah. Because now Butter can't do his demonic kill into move CL to get the thing. We're actually going to see Butter go over to... the Funeral Parlor. He's going to play Demonic and blow up William. And then, yes, my lord? Oh, Dark Influence. Okay, so he's going to go kill Ronald next turn, presumably. This is very easy for Codokay to stop. Well, actually, no. Butter has an out with Central London. So it's way more difficult than I realized for Codokay to stop. I think it might take, like, William to stop it. It might take a Cinematic Records here. I'm not sure. We're going to see a Bedtime play onto Ray. Get him down to 2 strength. Codokay is once again in a very commanding position, and Butter still hasn't been able to get a token. The longer and longer this game goes without Butter getting that first token, the more and more it looks like Codokay is just going to be able to run away with it. Ooh, and Joker here. Very unfortunate time for Joker to hit for Butter. Honestly, move Ronald to Central London and then put Sebastian at Phantom Hive Manor, I think, most likely. Put Joker at Houndsworth, put Ronald at Central London, use Ronald to move Sebastian to CL. I'm not sure that Butter would be able to undo that, or just double stack that. Double stacking the heroes here won't stop it. Oh, if you put him at Central London, it will. Yeah, that'll do it. That most likely stops... Well, no, Butter can still do it at Houndsworth. He goes to Houndsworth, he moves CL, and then he plays Yes, My Lord, just to end his turn at Central London. So he can still get it here. And he gets to Fate, which is very good. Oh, and using the Phantom Hive Ring move to put Mei Rin there as well. But putting Mei Rin there messes up his Dark Influence. He doesn't want to do that. Or maybe he doesn't have the Yes, My Lord? Butter, you can't move Mei Rin there if you're doing that. Nope. Nope, not how that card works. Yeah, see, okay, he realized that he can't do that. Okay, good. So instead, he's using Phantom Hive Ring to do a discard action. Hard to remember that allies also block Dark Influence. It doesn't happen a lot. I know Butter plays Sebastian like I tend to, which is that we get Dark Influence before we start playing allies. A lot of the time. We're going to see Codokay pay 2 and get Connie with Demonless, just trying to get some more heroes out of the Fate deck. So there's less for... I think there was a chance to catch Emma there, or is Emma in the discard? I don't remember. Not using Pocket Watch, huh? Or forgetting the Pocket Watch is there. That is a strong Mei Rin. We could see Strict Discipline coming up very soon. Gonna throw down Mind Control, actually. And there's Emma. Yeah, so Codokay really wanted to grab Emma there. Unfortunately, doesn't have time to mom as an enemy Connie to get her out of there. Really just has to stop Ray from getting harvested. Ooh, Family Dinner. That's gonna get those -2 right back onto Ray. Oh, 3, actually. Oh, yeah, because it also includes them. I forgot about that. Very unfortunate. Not really much of anything the Butter could do about that. It'll get in there eventually. And we're going to see a Carrying Mother thrown down here, which is very likely to trigger on Sebastian. Joker and Ronald are both here now, by the way, which means that, you know, they're out of the game, essentially. Butter will have to kill them eventually, assuming, you know, he doesn't lose. Yeah, I would just kill Mayrin here. Don't worry about trying to block Fates. Just ruin Butter getting that second token, because Mayrin with, whatever card it is I'm thinking of, Strict Discipline was like his best shot at the moment. And now Ray's very close to being done here. Gonna see Butter do some discarding. He's going to move Morning Tea over to try and get Morning Tea into a better position. You really want Morning Tea at Phantom Hive Manor. Getting rid of Chess Negotiation. Going for a Fate. It's Phil. Phil's played or moved by an opponent. Move a hero to Phil's new location. Yeah, so could move Emma. Could move Norman. Not really going to accomplish much doing either of those. Probably just going to block the gate to get rid of that Activate there, which will really trouble Codokay. We're going to see Butter throw down a Yes, My Lord to get rid of Grell, which does trigger Carrying Mother, so Ray is now at 0. So Codokay really just wants to, like, play It's Time to Go, to get Ray over to the gate to use Vita on him next turn. Because if Codokay can get Ray into the pile and enter Showdown, it will be very easy between Bell or drawing They Know or just drawing True Colors, wherever True Colors is right now, to get True Colors and then use True Colors to end the game. Scheduling 2 tokens to immediately trigger. You're going to see Butter go over to Houndsworth. Phantom Hive Ring at Houndsworth is not something you see often, but when you make it work, man, is it really good. It's not the ideal setup for Sebastian. We're going to see the double move. Oh, no, he's going to gain the 3 and then do the move. I thought he was going to do the double move to trigger Pocket Watch. Prison Break can't hit Ray here, unfortunately, and it doesn't really matter what Ray is. Definitely just take away 2 power and tick one of these up. Hope you tick up whatever is giving... whatever Codokay is trying to use here to get Ray. Gonna move Phil. Oh, and then do the full discard even though it uncovers the top Fate. Got rid of It's Time to Go. That might buy Butter another turn, and he is guaranteed to be able to go to Central London. I don't think there's any Fate that could stop that with Joker and Ronald both in play. Gonna see a Daily Report, so that's a play a card or an activate. Play a card at Crone's location to play another It's Time to Go from hand, which is going to trigger Mind Control, which isn't going to do a whole lot here. I'll move CL over to Pocket Watch. Oh, you can actually Mind Control Pocket Watch. I didn't realize you could do that. And then I think... it's not going to be game here, but I think this is going to be quite unfortunate. Daily Report, the move there to do that and then activate Vita. That's going to... yeah, it's going to get into Showdown. It is not looking hot for Butter. He has to get a token on this next turn, basically, which I don't think he's set up enough to do. No amount of additional fading is going to help him out of this one. What is he planning? There's just not really anything he can do here, unfortunately, because he doesn't have... I mean, he can throw out more heroes and do some moving shenanigans, try and stop Fates. But he is not set up for Chess Negotiation. He's not set up for Strict Discipline. He's not set up for Phantom Hive Manor. And he has to get one of those 3. He's going to play Cleaning Up. I'm not sure that he can get Cleaning Up on his turn. I don't really see how he could, but, I mean... he must see something, otherwise why even play it? We're going to see a free time played, just get some -1s on everyone there. It stops Connie from being discarded with the whatchamacallit card, and it lets Sister Crone potentially get more kills easily if Codokay can just get a -1 on any of these. We're going to see a Bell play to immediately just kill Norman. All right, fair enough. Go ahead and get rid of one of them. Can clash with Phil now. And if Codokay has a Harvest in hand, next turn will be Knight and can Harvest to kill Emma or Gilda. Probably Emma. All right, Butter, dazzle me. How are you going to do this? Demonic to kill Ronald. Move him into Pocket Watch and get that back, and then use the other play to Demonic. All right, yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures. So that'll get cleaning, but I really don't see... Yeah, get Phil back up. That's the best thing to do there. I really don't see Butter getting a third token with his current board state. I'd love to see it. It'd be an incredible comeback. But I really don't see him managing that before Isabella can draw true colors. Because that is really all there is to it, is Isabella just has to draw true colors. Draw true colors and the game ends in like 2 turns. Roughly. A lot of thought going on here. I assume Codokay is trying to work out the best way to take out these heroes. She's got plenty of time to use, not even at 10 minutes yet. Can really take her time with it. No reason not to. He's going to go to Grassy Field in the end, and we're just going to see, yep, just going to see a Harvest. Honestly, kind of surprised to be killing Phil here. Must really want to discard to try and... Okay, yeah, really bad hand. Just wants to draw into true colors to close out the game. Makes sense. Codokay is checking to see if she wants to multi-fate this one, whatever this is. I haven't been keeping count. I don't know what it is. We're going to see a full fate. It's soul-starved. I could see playing soul-starved here, to be honest. But yeah, just throwing out Madame Red for the sake of getting Angela or Ronald on top to stop the fate pressure with the position that Isabella is in makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, back with Butter. Not having Phantom Hive at Central London is definitely rough. Gonna move over CL. I think his best shot is probably... Yeah, Butter's best shot is probably really quickly getting strict discipline right here. He's 4, Baldroy is 3. If he can get some, if he can get like Pluto or Undertaker there, plus getting himself a, whatever it is I'm thinking of, plus getting himself a silverware or whatnot, he might be able to pull it off, but it is looking bleak. Throwing out a mind control, we're going to see some cards thrown down here. Meanwhile, back at daytime, are we going to see true colors? That's true colors. This game is most likely over in 2-3 turns at most. We're going to see a multi-fate on Angela, just stopping that top fate. Yeah, there's not much left to say. If Butter had enough setup to get a token, he would have needed to do it like a turn or two ago, honestly. Even if he could throw down like strict discipline here and then get it next turn, I don't think that it will go faster than Isabella winning. Especially if Isabella has radar or it's time to go in hand. If Isabella has radar or it's time to go, it's already over. Butter's going to go over here and throw down Pluto and use the ring to play Grandiose. He's going to try and set up getting Grandiose with a move into... Yeah, it's the best he can do. But unfortunately, I think Isabella just wins this turn. True Colors insta-kill on Gilda, and then it's time to go. or something, or Harvest that also does it. And that'll be game. A 2-0 win for Codokay over Butter. Very, very surprising. A little bit of an upset, I would say, because Butter has been in the, I think he's been in the top 4, if not the top 8, every single year, but he is out in round 1 this year. That Orochi versus Griffith game was very, very rough. And this Isabella game and Sebastian game was a lot closer, but still, those early fates against Isabella, just not being able to do anything about Isabella getting Dawn, definitely put Butter on a back foot, and he just wasn't able to recover from it effectively. So even though he did manage to get to 2 tokens, he was never able to effectively set up Grandiose Party or Strict Discipline or Chess Negotiation, and without getting those set up, even here, he technically has Grandiose set up at the last second, but if Isabella didn't win this turn, Isabella could have easily faded, and there are a lot of fates which Codokay set up, like the top 4 cards there. There are a lot of fates that stop Grandiose Party happening, because you have to go to Phantom Hive Manor and all. So I think it would have been a very easy fate to stop it anyway. I don't think he would have even gotten that 3rd token if Isabella hadn't won this turn. So there you have it. Great play from Codokay. Well done. Congratulations on moving to round 2. Butter, unfortunate this year to be out early, but, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. On the bright side, I know that Butter will be glad to not have to schedule games anymore. But, yeah, that will be it for this match, and we will go over to the bracket to see how it looks now. And so with that, we're going to see quite an upset at the start of the tournament here with ButTeRkiNG, a favorite, I would say, who has placed highly in the past 2 years, is actually going to be out round 1 this year. A bit of an upset, but, you know, that's just how tournaments can go sometimes. I know last year we had Naomi, who's back again this year. Naomi was the champion of some tournaments in the server, in the Discord server, but not in Tournament Arc itself, and was out round 1 last year too, despite being such a high-level player. So, just goes to show that we have got a lot of talent this year. Well done to Codokay for taking the win and moving on to round 2. Butter, I'm sure that we'll see him next year because, you know, he's the QA lead. He's a team member. He's going to be here pretty much every year, I imagine. But, yeah, a bit of an upset for the round 1 match here. Very interesting to see how the tournament goes from here. And, of course, we'll see Butter in future years. And, again, congrats, Codokay. We'll see who you're going up against next, either Lark or Doc McStuffins, depending on who wins between those two. So, looking forward to it. Hope you're all looking forward to more Tournament Arc games, and we'll catch you next time for the next match. Until then, farewell.